Good day, guys. Welcome to Secotech YouTube channel. Today, I'll be teaching you guys on the guidelines for points of sales known as POS. So, we have some guidelines, which is 20 commandments, which I've drafted out that you guys can be using for your day-to-day activities in your outlets, in your place of work. So, please stay tuned while I show you the 20 guidelines. I do call it 20 commandments, whereby you can use it for your day-to-day activities. And I'm very sure if you follow these guidelines, you will not have any issues while you are transacting with your customers. So let's see how it goes. Number one, you are in possession of your stamina, therefore it must be properly taken care of. What do I mean by properly taken care of? We all have our POS machine. So that POS machine, there are some companies that whereby when you get the POS machine, it's been insured, and some companies is not insured. So to be on the safer side, you have to make sure this machine is kept very well because it's fragile. Once the machine falls down, it can be broken and damaged, and the company will not be liable to what to give you a refund for that because it's not a factory fault issue. So please take care of your machine very well. Don't put it in a dusty area or don't put it on top of a sleepy table whereby the machine can just easily fall up and get damaged. Because this will take you time before the company can even maybe get you a replacement and so many other things. So number two, follow the rules and regulation guiding your operation to avoid unnecessary mistakes. There are some rules that you set as a business owner in your place of work. So please, if you have rules and regulation, maybe these are you work, these are you comes to work on daily basis. You have to follow the rules and regulation. Because everybody have their own policies and rules that guides their business. Because if you didn't follow these rules and regulations, it will affect your day-to-day activities. Number one, there are some rules you set for yourself, maybe coming to work as early as possible. Also, number two, you set closing hours. We have some people that close by 6 p.m., some people close by 6:30 p.m. So you set yourself, okay, well, this is the time that I know okay, is okay for me to close my activities. But I will not advise any POS agents to close the activities around 8, 9, 10 p.m. It's very dangerous because you don't know what is happening around your area by that time because it's not more secure. Even banks doesn't close around 8. They close their business as usual around 4 for them to do their balancing at the end of the day. So please, it's advisable as a POS agent, you close at least 6:30, you should be done for the day so that you go home and rest and start the other day's work. So that's about some rules that you can set for yourself about the opening hours. So another one, number three, your wallet or purse must be with you all the time. Your wallet or purse must be with you. What do I mean by that? Everybody have their account balance. They have their phones and different gadgets they are using to work. In which you need to keep it safe. You don't allow third party to see your account balance. You must keep it very safe to you. It's only shown to you, not to other parties. So another one, number four, we have your PIN code must be what guided from third party at all times. Your PIN code must be guided. We have your password, we have the PIN that you use for final transaction on that machine. So please, you must make sure you keep it safe. Very important. You must make sure what you keep it safe from third party. Because anytime you are doing transaction, for example, you want to put PIN on your machine, make sure you don't allow the customer to see the PIN you are inputting to be on the safe side. Just take it away from your customer. Don't allow them to see your PIN. Likewise to customer, if they want to put their PIN, don't put your eyes there. Just give it to them, let them put their PIN. Don't allow any customer to tell you, say, please help me put my PIN, because of what? Issues might arise in future. The customer will say, you know my PIN, you are the one withdrawing my money without my consent. Please avoid that. Make sure your pins are guided. Don't lose guard. It's very important. So number 5, we have do not allow third parties to operate the machine to avoid being scammed. I mentioned this in one of my tutorial earlier on, whereby you want to do withdrawal with a customer. The customer will come to you, you tell the customer, see the amounts you are withdrawing. But thank God for some machines now, they have withdrawal pin. Before you can do any withdrawal on some machine, you make sure you put the pin as an agent's pin before you put the amount. So it's always safe. Unlike before those years, whereby if you do withdrawal maybe 100,000, you put it on the machine, you give the customer to put this for a pin. At the end of the day, the customer will clear the amount you input and put our own preferred amount, which is sometimes they put 100 naira. Some wicked customer will just put 1,000 naira. At the end of it, you believe you have made sales, but you don't know that the customer have harmed you by putting 100 naira or 1,000. At the end of the day, you will be having a big shortage at the end of the day. But with this pin now, if customer try to cancel it, the system, the machine you're using, will ask you for pin, agent pin, in which you have to give it back to the agent. The customer will need to give it back to you so that you put pin. So please, let's be guided. Number 6, do not rush when you are in transaction. Be gentle and calm. Be gentle and what? And calm. Don't be in a rush when you are doing any transaction. There are some customers, they will just rush to your shop. Okay, because give me this amount. I want to withdraw 20,000 naira. They will not allow you to be calm because they notice that okay, you have like 2 or 3 people in front of you already. But these customers who are in a rush, they have bad intention. Any customer that is not calm, please be careful, because these are the same customer that will come to you when you are in a rush. Instead of you to put 10,000 naira, you do mistake, you just put 1,000 naira. That means you are having 9,000 naira shortage. That's different from the charges the machine will charge you for the day. So don't allow any customer to rush you, whereby you miscount your money to the customer. You understand? Because if you count over to your customer, you'll be having a big shortage at the end of the day. So that's number 6. Number 7, do not allow any customer to put you in haste. One customer at a time, no rushing. Beware of what? Scam. Scammers have their every angles. So beware. If you notice, if you enter bank, you make sure that you will always be on queue. Why? So that they will not rush them one after the other. You attend to them one after the other. Don't be in a rush. Just attend to them one after the other. And be fast and smart. Don't say you want to attend to them one after the other, because if you're rendering a service to them and you are slow, the customer will not like to come back to your shop. So please, if you're rendering a service, you must be smart, fast. You understand me? So that you attend to them at a go. So please don't allow anybody to rush you. Let them be on queue. Attend to them one after the other. You understand? So number 8, ATM card withdrawal must show approved before giving out money. Before you give out money to any customer, make sure the ATM machine shows approved. Approved means was successful. It will show green, successful. So please don't give out money to a customer when you know that okay, this transaction is not what approved. So make sure it shows what approved on your system before you give out the transaction. Please be careful, and when you see approved, make sure you also check the amount on the machine. You might do so many errors because there are so many errors you can do whereby you put above the amount set. If you put above, maybe the customer wants to withdraw 10,000 and you do mistake, you put 100,000. it will not be easy because you and the customer will have a lot of issues that day because the customer might not understand that you made a mistake. So it's better you check very well. And there are some scenarios whereby if you don't bother to check the amount you put after you see approved, you also be having such mistake. So you need to check very well thoroughly. Okay, oh, I'm putting 10,000. How many zeros? Be careful of the zeros. You understand? Don't put 1,000 instead of 10,000. Don't put 100 instead of 1,000. So let's be careful. Approve transaction. Don't pay this client transaction. No matter what, don't pay declined what the transaction. So we have number 9. Transaction declined may be caused by what? Insufficient fund, bad network, wrong PIN code, expired card, terminated card, or block card. We have transaction decline. There are so many errors you will see when you see transaction decline. Don't be impressed. Just check. Number 1, you might see insufficient fund, block card, expired card. These are the major reasons whereby you see transaction decline. If you see transaction decline that is showing insufficient fund, just ask the customer, sir, ma, see what I'm seeing on your machine. Can I check your balance? You make sure you take permission from the customer and you give the customer the machine to put PIN so that you can be able to check the balance. So please don't just check customer's balance without informing them. Very important, please. So once you check the balance, then okay, now maybe the customer is having 9,000 and before you put 10,000 naira, you now explain to the customer more. You cannot be able to withdraw this amount. Can we go to 9,000? Can we go to 10,000 naira? You explain to them, okay, you can only withdraw 9,000. You can only withdraw 8,000. There are some cards whereby the customer cannot withdraw. The least they can withdraw, there must always be what 1,000 naira on that account. You understand? So there are some customers that will have like 1,000, some people like they want to withdraw 1,000 naira. Not all accounts are zero balance. There are some accounts we maintain with 1,000 naira on that particular account. So we have number 10. If the card does not reflect when about to make a transaction, switch off the machine and start again. There are some scenarios whereby you put the card, it will not read. The machine will not read the card. You put it again, you need to clean the surface of the card. There's something called chips in front of ATM card. You clean it. So once you clean this thing, then you put it back. If it still repeats, you will start the machine again so that you know why the machine is not reading the card. So please be careful about this. Make sure you restart it. If you restart and it still persists, then you can now contact the customer service. Maybe they will tell you to bring the machine to their office for them to check. So we have number 11. Debit. If a customer is debited and the particular transaction does not reflect in your wallet as successful transaction. If it writes pending, both of you should wait because pending is 50-50. If it writes failure, the customer should wait for reversal from his or her bank or visit the bank. Note, on no account should you give cash that doesn't show approved on your wallet. On no account should you give cash to a customer that doesn't show approved on your wallet. Please take note of that. I've said this earlier on. Very important. On no account, don't give cash to a customer that doesn't show approved on your wallet. Let me break it down. There are some scenarios whereby you will send money to a customer. You do a transfer to them. If the customer comes to your shop, please help me send 10,000 to my family, send to my friend 10,000 naira. But at the end of the day, due to network issue, you will see pending. The final status of the transaction is not clear. You understand? Why we say it's 50-50, there's tendency that the transaction will go through. And the other round, the transaction might not go through. It later shows decline or reverse because the bank that you're operating with will reverse the money back to you as the agent. But there are some scenarios whereby they will not reverse it when the bank were able to communicate to each other that the transaction will process and it will be successful. So you don't have to give out the cash back to the customer because you say this transaction is pending. Be careful because your account has been debited already. So please don't give out cash to the customer. Make sure that the transaction is approved. You and the customer should exercise patience because within 30 minutes you will get response from the bank. Either the transaction is declined, either it later is approved. So please don't be in a rush whereby you give the customer the money back, sir, because the transaction is not successful, it's really pending, or the customer will rush you on no account. Please don't give out the cash because it's not approved. Please don't do that mistake. So that at the end of the day, you will not see the transaction later go, and there's no means for you to communicate with this customer. So please. Another one there is withdrawal, whereby you withdraw your POS, customer got debited. Please don't give out cash. I said it earlier on, whereby there's some scenario whereby a customer will be debited, maybe through insufficient fund, NIBSS network issues. There are some block cards, there are some stolen cards, expired cards also. You understand me? So you need to understand this response when you see declined. See the reason why the card was declined. Please don't be in a rush to pay. Don't pay anybody for declined transaction. So let's go to number 12. Once again, keep your PIN to yourself only, both starting and payment PIN. Keep your PIN only to yourself. Don't allow your customer master your PIN. Be careful, be vigilant. Please be careful. Don't allow anybody to see your PIN. Please. Because the PIN is called personal identification number. It only belongs to you. Don't allow any outsider to see it, any third party. So, number 13, fake money. Count money meant for deposit by spreading it one after the other to avoid being victim of fake money receiver. We have fake money out there, even this new note, even before new notes, we have so many fake notes out there. So please be careful when you are doing transaction with a customer. Number one, you separate the money because anything fake is always light and the texture is always different. So be careful when you are receiving cash as deposit. Also, when you receive cash as deposit, be careful of spoiled notes. There are some notes, even if you take it to the bank will not accept it from you. Be careful of those notes also. Another one, please count your cash very well before you process the transaction. Count it very well before you process this transaction. And I will advise you also, if you receive any deposit from customer, make sure that deposit is the first one you will use for withdrawal before you join it with the one you have with you when you open the day. Any deposit that comes to you should be the first one you'll be using for your withdrawal. If you understand me, to avoid issues whereby you said you have a missing cash, your money disappeared, or your money turns to paper or to another thing else. So many things are happening to POS agents out there. So once you receive cash, you separate them. You understand? You don't add the cash you receive now to the old one you have already. So be careful so that you not be a victim of being scammed at the end of the day. So we have number 14. Tell the customer your charges and both of you should agree before making the transaction to avoid unnecessary arguments after the transaction. To avoid what? Unnecessary arguments. Before you do any transaction, make sure that you ask the customer, how much do you want to withdraw? The customer will tell you 10,000. You ask the customer, my charge is 200, my charge is 100, and you ask the customer. The customer will be the one to tell you, say, add the charges. There are some customers who will tell you, please don't add the charges. I have your charges here. So you guys should agree on the charges before you start the transaction to avoid issues after the transaction. So be careful. So we have number 15. You must collect money before making transfer or before depositing money in any bank. No matter who is sending the money, scammers are using this method. Please collect your cash first before you make any transfer. Scammers are using this method whereby they can even call you on phone. They'll call some account number. They'll say, do you know this person? Kindly send this money to the person. Please don't do it. Don't do that. Make sure you collect your cash, your physical cash, before you do the transfer to the person. Count your cash. There are some people that will come to you that will say, okay, please let me send this money. I'm coming back. Please don't try it. Please don't try it. Collect your cash. If you enter a bank, before you do deposit, you must give them the cash. They will collect the cash. Before they will even collect the teller from you, they will count the money and confirm it before they will collect the cash from you and ask you for your account details before they will process the transaction. So please, make sure you count your money very well. Tell the customer the amount you counted. Let the customer confirm it also. Then you make sure the customer sign on your ledger. I taught you guys on how your customer will sign on your ledger in case of issues. And make sure you issued out receipts of every transaction to your customers. Very important. You issued out the receipt when you do the transaction successfully. Number 16. Confirm any money you are giving out 3 times and the money received as deposit also should be counted almost 3 times. Make sure you confirm the money you're giving out to your customer at least 3 times. 3 times. There are some customers who tell us, it's too much now. How many times you want to count? Please take your time. Take your time. You confirm this 3 times. You count first. You will count and you will confirm before you give it out. You'll be sure. Why you need to be sure is that number 1, if you don't count it 2 times, you might count double. There are some money that will mix together. You count double instead of 1,000. You will use it to count 2,000 for the customer. And there are some customers that are not honest. They will not come back to you by giving you the money. So please be careful to avoid that mistake. So please count your money 2 to 3 times before you give it out as withdrawal. Don't give anybody money without counting it 2 times. So we have number 17. Discuss your account only with your boss, your personal assistants recommended by your boss. We have some staff that are working under everybody. So please, if you have issues, discuss it with your boss or your manager, anybody your boss recommends for you. Don't discuss your transaction details with outsider, please. Very important. Don't discuss it with outsider out there. You can only discuss with your boss. Your boss will be the one to direct you on what to do. We have number 18. Charges should be moderate according to the guidelines given by the company. You are the owner of your business. You are the one in control. If you're charging your customer, charge something that is moderate. Don't charge something that will make them not to come back to your outlet anymore. So you charge something that will be moderate, that say, okay, at the end of the day, you will go out with something. You understand? So please, that's very important also. We have number 19. When receiving transfer, money should be confirmed before giving out cash. There are some of us that receive transfer whereby you give customer your account number, maybe your machine visual top-up number, you give them. Once you give them this number, you make sure you confirm from the customer how much you send, the name that will appear, so that you don't give out another person's money to that customer. There are some customers that have your account number at home already. They are your regular customer. So there are some people that will just transfer from their home, they just come to your shop and pick the money. So to avoid these issues, once the customer comes to your shop, ask for your account number, give to them, but make sure you are check. Number one, the amount, the name of the sender. Very important. Please be careful of that. Very important before you give out the cash. Don't be rude. There are some customers they will debit. Please don't give out the cash. No matter the debit alert they show you. They've defrauded so many agents because of this. Please don't be a victim. No matter the debit alert the customer is showing you, sir, they've debited me, give me my money. So far you have not received it on your wallet. Don't ever give out the money. And make sure you use your mobile app to confirm the transfer you receive from a customer. Don't use alert. There are some fake alerts out there. Be careful. Make sure you confirm the name, the amount before you give out the money to the customer. So we have number 20, which is the last. We have number 26. Ignore calls trying to request for your OTP, password, your account details, upgrading your account in any form. Do not blame anybody for your carelessness. What do we mean by OTP, one-time password? There are some scammers will call you on phone. They are from so bank, they want you to upgrade your account. They will send you a code. Once you accept that code, at the end of the day, your account will be empty. So please be careful. If you have issues on your account, go straight inside the bank. Go to the companies that give you the machine. Make your complaint to them. Do not accept any calls requesting for your PIN, your password, your secrets about your business. Please, anybody that asks you, don't pick the calls. Decline such calls so that you not be a victim being scammed. So please, if you take note of all these 20 commandments, I don't think you have any issues while you are running your POS business, and you'll be more successful when running your POS business. So please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and invite your friends and family to subscribe so that they will have more knowledge whereby we are sharing another tutorial on another topic. So please, thanks for watching.